What really happens to your body from the moment you are born until the time you die? The journey of human life is one of the most fascinating biological processes on Earth. From your very first breath to your final heartbeat, your body is constantly changing in ways you may not even notice. Every stage of life carries its own unique transformations, both visible and hidden, shaping who you are physically, mentally, and emotionally. At the very beginning, when a baby takes its first breath, it is a miracle of survival. Before birth, the baby's oxygen comes through the mother's placenta. At birth, the lungs suddenly expand for the very first time, and within seconds, a newborn begins breathing on its own. The tiny heart, beating rapidly at about 120–160 beats per minute, quickly adapts to pump blood independently. A baby's bones are also very soft at this stage, and the skull is not fully fused, which allows it to pass safely through the birth canal. In the first year of life, rapid growth takes place. The brain grows quickly, making millions of new connections every second. Babies usually double their weight by about 5 months and triple it by their first birthday. Their immune systems are still immature, which is why they rely heavily on antibodies passed from their mother. This early stage is filled with constant development, learning to crawl, walk, and say first words, all thanks to the fast wiring of the brain. During childhood, between the ages of 2 and 12, the body becomes stronger and more coordinated. Bones grow longer, muscles develop, and the brain continues to sharpen memory, learning, and problem-solving skills. Interestingly, about 90% of the human brain develops by the age of 6. Children are highly energetic because their metabolism is very active, helping them burn calories quickly. The immune system also matures, making them better able to fight infections than during infancy. As puberty begins, usually between ages 10 and 16, the body goes through some of its most dramatic changes. The brain signals the release of hormones, triggering growth spurts and sexual maturity. In boys, the voice deepens, facial hair appears, and muscles increase. In girls, menstruation begins, breasts develop, and body fat distribution changes. Both boys and girls experience an increase in height and body strength. The brain also undergoes restructuring, which is why teenagers sometimes experience mood swings and impulsive behavior. In early adulthood, around the ages of 18 to 30, the human body reaches its peak. Muscles are at their strongest. Bones are at maximum density. Reflexes are fastest, and the brain is at its sharpest. Skin is firm and elastic, and the immune system is highly efficient. Fertility is also at its highest in both men and women during this stage. However, even in the 20s, aging quietly begins at the cellular level. Collagen production in the skin slows, and tiny amounts of wear and tear accumulate in joints and organs. By the 30s, many people begin to notice the first visible signs of aging. Fine lines may appear on the skin, metabolism slows, and muscle mass begins to decline if not maintained through exercise. Around this time, bone density can also start decreasing, making the body more vulnerable later in life. The brain remains powerful, but memory and learning may become slightly slower. Hormonal changes also start gradually, setting the stage for later midlife transitions. In the 40s and 50s, changes become more noticeable. Vision often weakens, making reading glasses common. Hearing may also begin to decline, especially for higher-pitched sounds. In women, menopause usually occurs between 45 and 55, ending fertility and causing hormonal shifts that affect bone strength and metabolism. Men may experience lower testosterone levels, leading to reduced muscle mass and energy. The risk of chronic diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart problems increases as the body's repair mechanisms become less efficient. By the 60s and beyond, the signs of aging are clear. Skin becomes thinner and less elastic. Hair often turns grey or white, and reflexes slow down. Muscle mass continues to decline, which is why strength training is often encouraged for older adults. The immune system weakens, making infections and recovery from illness harder. Bones become more fragile, increasing the risk of fractures. Memory and cognitive abilities can also decline, although staying mentally active helps protect brain function. Interestingly, not all aging is negative. Many people in this stage report greater emotional stability and life satisfaction, as experience brings wisdom and perspective. Eventually, as people move into their 70s, 80s, and beyond, the body's systems gradually lose efficiency. The heart may not pump as strongly, kidneys may filter waste less effectively, and lungs may not hold as much oxygen. This doesn't mean old age is only about decline. Many elderly people remain active, engaged, and healthy well into their later years, but the body is less able to repair damage, and diseases such as dementia, arthritis, and cardiovascular problems become more common. Finally, at the end of life, the body goes through its last transition. Death occurs when vital organs, especially the heart or brain, stop functioning. Breathing slows and eventually stops. The heart ceases to beat, and cells begin to shut down. Within minutes to hours, the body enters the natural process of decomposition. While this may sound grim, it is the final part of the biological cycle that every living thing shares. From birth to death, the human body is a masterpiece of biology. It begins with incredible growth, adapts through changes, peaks in strength and intelligence, and gradually declines as time passes. Every stage of life tells a fascinating story, written in our cells, organs, and systems. What makes it even more remarkable is that no two human journeys are exactly the same. While biology follows a general path, lifestyle, environment, and genetics shape the details of each individual's life. The human timeline is not just about survival, but about constant transformation. From the first breath of a newborn to the last sigh of an elder, the body is a living record of change, resilience, and adaptation. Understanding these stages reminds us how precious life is and how every moment in this journey carries its own unique beauty and purpose.